Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tarsio Moraes. I'm a senior cloud engineer. I'm working last 15 years for IBM, and now I'm moving to AWS. I'm talking about how can I use a very cool feature that is add-on for NSX, which is called the HCX. It's something that makes the famous and NSX a little bit better for us. So, quick agenda, I'll be giving an overview what is the HCX, which basically there's some news. Until now, they was only a software as a services, and now, since last month, is now a product which is be part of the NSX Enterprise Plus version. So I can use in both ways, as a services through both three clouds, basically, IBM Cloud, AWS, or OVH, and or as a product. So what is that? Basically, if I want to extend my cloud, I can do multiplications, I can do disaster recovery, that's a very cool thing, and modernize data center. So basically, what I can do? I can do cross vMotion, and that's the key. I can do cross vMotions without boundaries, initially boundaries that we have. Example, the same version of vSphere. Now I can do vSphere 5.5 or 5.6 or 6.7. That's the great key that unlock the power of NSX plus HCX. I can do any kind of migrations. I can do a migration with the VM power off. I can do this in a schedule, or the most important, I can do vMotion. That's the cool thing. And I also can do everything in parallel. So if I want to do, example, 20 machines right now, they go. If I want to do 20 machines overnight, I can plan it, and I can go too. I can do both extensions, VXLAN and the traditional VLANs. So I can do everything. Proximity routing, which is the layer 2 VPN, so I can do the egress optimization, which means I can have my .1 working at both locations without tromboning. Initially, layer 2 VPN do tromboning. We can accommodate with egress optimizations, but the way that HCX automates that, there's no need to egress optimization anymore because you are already pure routing. Disaster recovery. If I want to do example like vSphere application. vSphere applications to do different sites must be vSphere application 6 to 6. I cannot do 5 or 5 to 6. All must be matched. With the HCX, we can accomplish that mismatched versions. And of course, the most important here, we have one optimization, which is very good. If we are using low latency links, we can audit transfer between the vMotion data can be optimized, duplicate compressions and so on through the link. So basically, very quickly here in Wobbly, there's a web link. Basically, you can do for 5.1 to 5.5 to 6, any versions to anything to anything. So basically, what you need to get this on my environment. Basically, you're going to deploy 4 VMs for environment, 4 VMs for your on-prem, and 4 VMs for your cloud or to another on-prem using now the Enterprise Plus versions of the NSX. Basically, what I want to show here are experience that I have myself doing this manually with pure NSX, and now NSX plus HCX. So basically, there's different. Layer 2 VPN, there's 1.5 giga limitations for each one, which layer 2 concentrated with this kind of layer 2 edge, but a little bit more composed. I have almost 3 times more possibilities, okay? Both can do tromboning. There's no way to do BGP peering or OSPF inside of a layer 2 tunnel. You can do, but it's not supported by VMware. And you can do egress optimizations only on the edge, not on DLR. So basically, that's both difference, which making a lot of tromboning problems. Now, with the layer 2 concentrator, you can do. Basically here, what I did it for 5.5 to 6. So I need to do 5.5 and offline migration to another one. Now, with bulk migrations, I can do, don't matter the version. vMotion, I cannot do, if I want to migrate the machine right now on these 5 minutes, I cannot do, because I need power off machine, copy the data, and so on. With the HCX, I can do vMotion live migration. There's no optimizations on the pure NSX. With HCX, we can do. Initially, what you take? Well, you took 5 resources for 1 VMs, and it took around 6 months. Doing another one, we reduced to 2 resources, 2,000 VMs in 3 months, because we could schedule, example, we could start a replication of that machine early and schedule a specific time to cut off. That's a very good thing, because initially, when your migrations, we need to handle with Windows change, approvals, and so on, so we can do this automatically for you. And one thing that is very quickly, if you can do disaster recovery, is right-click, protect to the cloud, and you set up your RPO and how many snapshots do you need it, and it's protected. So what I love right now, HCX, is a little bit, I'm going to talk a little bit more commercial here, but is what make me convincing my CTO to pay the extra money for that. Is revenue. Expenses, I mean reducing labor because I'm doing more faster. I can migrate my machine more faster to the new locations and vice versa. So it's basically expense, revenue, security, and time to market, because everything is become more safer and security with HCX. That's why I play that I love HCX. Real-time demo. What I'm going to present here, I'm going to do basically an installation. I'm going to show to you the basic installation process. I'm going to do a live migration. I'm going to show to you guys how HCX is interacting between my GLR and my ads, and how automatically when I migrate one machine to another, the things go well. So let's start here. So basically what I did is I deploy HCX on my on-premise environment. You're going to relax me here, management network. I'm going to put my management network. On my managed network, I choose a dedicated VLAN network, password, that's it, nothing more than that. So I'm deploying the connectivity between my on-premise to the cloud. Then they ask me, you see, he's pointing to my DV suite. So I choose one layer 2 concentrator by distributed suite. So every time, so all the ports, don't matter if it is VLAN or XVLAN, will be imported on this layer 2 concentrator. Now everything's okay, but there's a catch. You're going to deploy, but I'm going to need to deploy this again. I'm going to try advance. When I did that, since my on-prem environment is already have NSX, my distributed suite is already set up with 1600 MTU. So my layer 3 concentrations is use 1600 MTU. But the problem is my connections between my local data center, my on-premise, to the cloud is through internet, which is 1500, because normally internet is, or even if you're using a link, it's too expensive. So I need to come back here. So right now I'm only testing if all my 4 machines is popping up. So it's the concentrator. There is going. Deploy process is very quickly. Everything here is a little bit accelerated, but we can do this in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Is more than enough to set up everything. And one important thing, if you're on-prem, you can get to the cloud through a proxy, through a firewall. So you can access the cloud using NAT. There's no necessarily you need to go and straight that. It is possible. So everything there is coming up. So I'm getting testing to another one. So this is the peer which is responsible to check that. And you see here, HCX already come in place. So there's a new logo for you. What up? So the layer 3 concentrator is Tanio is down. It'll be probably up in a few seconds. The machine is already started. Since this Tanio comes up, I'll be able to choose my on-prem network, which network I want to extend to the cloud. Tanio is down, but probably in a few seconds it's going to pop up. And here, Tanio is down, still down. Okay, reconfigure it. One thing that he's doing here on my private, on my distributed suite, he's creating and changing my layer 2 port to forgot transmit, which is necessarily to do this kind of exchange. And that's, look, he's added a virtual host to be able, that's the magic. When he has a virtual host there, it's because this host will be used to vMotion one machine to another. Done is down, it's going to be up in a few seconds. So one optimizations, I already deploy a one optimization, which will be able to save, since everything is drawn through the internet, I'm copying machines one side to another, everything is going there. You see, he's getting my public IP, and my private IP with C9 is accessing that public IP using a firewall. So it is possible to all my on-prem access the cloud through a firewall. Okay, there, and the tunnel is up. Since the tunnel is up, which is basically a layer 2 VPN a little bit more refined, I'm able to go there in my second tab. Oh, it's still one service is still planning to go up. Let's go there. You're gonna see that's how simple. One thing that make me very glad is sometimes your network guy is not your administrator guy, because vSphere guys is very usually to copy machine, stop and start, but do not touch the network. But when you put NSX, they start a fight. Who is gonna handle the NSX? The network guys or the VMware guys? With the NSX, after the network guys or even the NSX guys configured, is basically vSphere daily work. There's no much thing to do. So everything is now pop up. And that's it, I deployed. So here I'm going to do the next slide. So network extended. Since my installation process already finished, what I go there in extended, I'm gonna choose all those VLANs and VXLAN automatically imported for my distributed suite. So what I choose here, just put I'll be putting my .1 network, but see, I'm not selecting proximity routing, which means I'm not installing the one to another side. Okay? So let me go a little bit faster. No. So I can go, let me see if I can go a little bit early. But basically, here's the thing. Here's is how I go. I go there, migrate machine. Actually, I select search destination, one down to another. He's also tell me that the network extension is there going. So reconfigure the machine. He's giving a warning that the same way that I'm moving machine with attached CDU, he's giving me a warning. So I fixed that problem. And then I can move the migration. You see, a fresh machine, answer question, and now cross-crowd vMotion on the bottom is when my machine is really being copied using layer 2 configuration plus G1 optimization. So my configuration is going good. So I got a very small machine here, a 4 gig machine, so this migration be pretty well. But the same way I can go here, or I can go in the HCX console and do the same thing. You can see that machine during then he's power off machine here. So machine is not stopping and is already migrated. You see, 1 millisecond with its local, and now 10 milliseconds, which is on cloud. So it's already on the cloud without losing connectivity, because I use vMotion. Now I'm going to do reverse. I'm going to migrate another machine. So it's very easily go there, vSphere operation, folder, host, cluster, and I can choose the destination because that destination network is already. But when I do this, I can ping, but I cannot SSH because what I did I installed my layer 2 concentrations using 1600 MTU, which is not allowed. So I need to destroy everything and do it. So it is a catch when you're installing that. Okay, let's go advanced, and basically when I change it, what I did now I've deployed. Now I can open the SSH sections because I had deployed my layer 2 concentration using 1500 MTU. So be careful when you deploy that. That is another thing very nice here is proximity routing. So basically what I did is we have on-prem, we have cloud, we have our layer 2 concentrator, but also I have a peering between my local layer 3 and my edge. And how it works? That's the magic. When I put here my IP.1, I choose if I'm going to deploy this on an edge or on a DLR. When I put blue one, which is, I'm assuming I'm going to put .1 in both sides, which means my edge is going to become responsive for .1 on that moment. So you can see there, interfaces, all those machines that are migrated, you see, .1 and .2, both networks is already pop up on the edge. So I'm going to choose a machine to test the egress optimization, the proximity routing between them. And how this work? Basically, what the difference between pure NSX and HCX? Pure NSX using egress optimization, what means you are able to do that, but for the machine, for the unstructured network, you're gonna probably have an asymmetric problem. Because so if your layer 3 is a firewall, you're gonna be having a problem. Because firewall, notably stateful, do not like to do asymmetric routing. But with HCX, what happened is he's basically doing a /32 routing automatically for you. So there's no stateful problem because when I go there and migrate the machine to one side, you see, through BGP, he's announcing to my local layer 3 to go to the top of the loop link, not for the layer 2 consultation. So I'm doing different routes. That's what's the magic. I already did a lot of migrations when I need to have the same network in both sides. When you put it /32 here, /32, host by host, is very hard to combine. So he do this automatically for you. But the problem when you do in ESG, is good, but you lose your benefit of distributed routing. So everything is only one virtual machine with the edge. So one thing that's very good here also for GLR, that you can do proximity routing with GLR. So you can have benefits of distributed routing. So that is how I did it. The only key here that I have here is on GLR. That is a key. Let me go and jump. Maybe I'm running off the time. Let's see if we can get it here. So he configure. Oh, when you do for proximity routing with GLR, when you do vMotion, there's a caveat. You need to power off the machine, because since this is live, when you turn off the machine, then you're going to inject it routes automatically for you. And how does this work? Let's see if I can show here. In the end, okay, see? Basically, he put a /32. He's announced to the edge, and edge announced to your remote layer 3 using another link. So we are doing /32 routes automatically for you. Okay. Let's see if we have, it's only basic ping that I want to show to you guys, but let's see if I can show one thing. Maybe here. In a DLR, if you can routing, that's the key. He's automatically do a lot of his /32 for you. So imagine when he controls which machine is inside of each portion of your network. So that's the reason everything's being announced by the BGP. That is what makes your migration easily. And anyone from VMware, from vSphere, basically, can do this copy migration and so on. You don't need to worry about it. Put this /32 route to one side or to another side, and vice versa. And that's the basic key. Another thing that we have here is protect to the cloud. I can do basically choose any machine, protect to the cloud. In the bottom, here's the start of vSphere application for me. I'm going to choose the remote vSphere, remote storage. I'm going to choose my RPO, how many minutes I want for each one, and voila, you're going to start the process. One thing that it also do in the next few seconds, after he do all the syncing, he's gonna pop me, Tarsio, this machine is synced but not tested. So there's a test button. So I'm gonna see here that is machine is there, protecting, complete protecting. You see the warning signing because it's not tested. So I go there and test. I'm going to choose. He's going to do a recovery process without interrupting my production. You go there, recovering process. That's the key. In the background, what happened? Different versions of vSphere applications can talk right now. All those replication data are being passed to one optimization. That's the key. Initially, this product was a services, so we are paying by VM. So each VMware was costing, depends of your negotiations, $50. And now, even in AWS or IBM Cloud or OVH, you can do a kind of bundle, like you can do how many migrations you want. But like I said, on the new NSX versions, Enterprise Plus, you can get this already as a product, plus the login site one, everything there. So basically, guys, is what I want to cover for you. There is a hands-on lab that show you how this can do pretty well. And also, there's a new sessions that's coming. So I want to say thank you. Any questions that you guys have, I can take offline. I know there's a lot of information and technical sites, but what's the key here for me is the leverage that I can do egress optimizations against proximity routing. Because the most of my migrations is they want to use layer 2 VPNs to migrate the data, but that layer 2 VPN stay forever. So every time you move extend your network to an on-prem or to a cloud, the guys say, I cannot convive with this both networks forever, or migrate on. So with a proximity router, it's possible to do that, okay? So I want to thank you everyone for this time and appreciate it.